Good morning. It is January 25th, Wednesday, 2023. Yeah, got it right. 2000 didn't sound right for some reason, but that's what it is. 2023. Maybe I should have said 2023. Today on the table, we're looking at Little Round Top, flank attack at Gettysburg, 2nd July, 1863. And it's a decision game, mini game series. It's a small game, though. It's I call their other folios most mini games. This is really a mini game. It's minutes to learn, quick to play, historically accurate. That is their tagline on the games. And this one is musket and sailor, right? Or soldier. Let me say here, my eyes ain't so good. Musket and soldier. I'm reckoning. I don't think I've played anything in the musket and soldier line. But Little Round Top, obviously Gettysburg game, obviously American Civil War game. This is designed by Chris Parejo. He might pronounce it Perello. My sensibilities won't allow me to do that. I sound enough like a gringrito, and so I don't want to mess that up anymore. That's just, from years in South America. But anyways, besides that, it is a Gettysburg game. I love American Civil War games. I love every one of them. I love anything to do with that war, the war between the states. I like the time period. I like the games. I'm not so much of a Gettysburg fan. I played a couple. I think Gettysburg's one of those. Actually, a lot of the bigger battles, I'm not a huge fan of playing. I'm a fan of learning about it, just not playing it on a table. Just because I think it can be a little much, and you can get bogged down in the game if you get a little. If you get something like a TSS, a Grand Tactical like that, and you can get bogged down in the minutia of it, or you can make it just way too simple, right? And neither one of them does a lot of. Does justice to the topic, but I do enjoy when it breaks down smaller. I've got several games on Pickett's Charge, right? I mean, you can do a lot. You could probably have made a game just with that, the opening barrage of Pickett's Charge, right? But anyways, and here's one, a Little Round Top, and I think it's a perfect piece of that battle to make into a game. And we're going to look a little bit here, and it's going to be Robert E. Lee's invasion of Pennsylvania resulted in a collision at Gettysburg. The first contention of George Meade's Union Army had been routed, but remained on the field southwest of town for the second day of battle. Lee planned a wide flank march to roll up the apparently open Union left, absolutely. Instead, the flanking column arrived to find an entire Union corps astride their line of attack. Changing direction, the Confederates crushed the Union line, but the Union reserves arrived in the nick of time to form a new line anchored by the rugged, massive of Little Round Top. Yeah. Had they failed, Meade's army would have been all but trapped. This is true. Little Round Top, musket and saber. Dang. See, it's musket and saber. I couldn't read on the front of there. It's musket and saber. Quick play. System to portray battle in the American Civil War. Combat is based on unit quality rather than numbers. Yada, yada, yada. We can look at the rest. It's played 2 players. That's a decent little 2-player game. Playing time, what does that say? 30 to 90 minutes there. Gotta forgive me. It's not a lot of sun today. I hadn't been up too long. Man, I'm ready for winter to be over with. It's rained all night, and it's going to rain half a day today. So And I've got my old glasses on, so you have to forgive me of my... And the reason I got my old glasses on is just more comfortable to wear, right? Well, let's look at here. By the way, other people have went over this. This is the way you take one of these games out. You leave the front and back boards in the bag and just pull out what's inside. All right, let's look here. Here's the map. Here is the map. I want to look at the map first. I always like looking at the map because that'll put me in the mood for the rest of the game. And if it's a map that I really don't want to look at, sometimes I don't want to play the game. I mean, it's just one of those weird things. Depends on how the map is, whether I'll play or not sometimes. And wow, wasn't expect. It's a good map. It's a good map. You know, it's got good showing elevation. I think it's a good map. It's yeah, you got your terrain key here, which is nice, and you've got your turn track. That's great. So yeah, I think it's a pretty map. It's pretty enough for this little game. It's not going to make me not want to play. Let's look at these counters here. It's going to be short. What is that? 40 counters. 40 counters, yeah, front and back. All right. Yeah, they're gray and blue, and I can read the numbers. I'm gonna have to have my other glasses to read to read everything on them, but that's fine. That's fine. Half-inch counters. What are you going to expect? I got the game for $10. Half-inch counters. That's what you're going to have to deal with in this. The only problem I ever had with these counters are sometimes they're a little hard to get out of the sprue. But again, $10. I ain't complaining. I guess I am, but I don't mean to. So a little round top flank attack at Gettysburg. This looks like the specific rules, and this is musket and saber, which I can read now. Introduction, the quick play system, okay. All right, sequence of play. This will be the musket and saber sequence of play. The course of a game, setting up, the game turn. First player movement phase. First player recovery phase. There's a recovery phase. Very, very, very cool. First player combat phase, second player movement, recovery, and combat phase, turn marker phase, and winning the game. Okay, I think that's about right for a game like this. I like that have the recovery phase. I think that's about right. I think it's for a system such as this, not too long, not too short. You can remember that quickly. The scenario, standard rules, 45 minutes. All standard rules apply. Rule 15 lists one new rule for this scenario. Game scale is turn, 45 minutes. One hex, 176 yards. Very cool. All right, so you got Orders of Battles, Hood Division, First Corps, McLaw's Division, First Corps, Union First Division, Second Corps, First Division, Third Corps. Okay, so honestly, it seems like no complaints there. Wow. All right. So, give you some historical background, and they give you a baggie. Look at that. Decision games, mini games always do that. Always gives you a baggie for your counters. Class, pure class. I know a lot of people think I'm joking when I say that. I don't. I honestly think that's pure class. That's what you do. You do a game right, even if it's a small mini game. You're selling for $10. You do it up right. You give the people something, and very happy with it. I can be very happy with it. I'm gonna get to play this. I'm gonna play it with somebody, hopefully, and if not, I'll go ahead and solitaire. And might do a review. It should be an easy video of a review. That is, if I enjoy the game. I expect to enjoy the game, but So yeah, there it is. Go get your copy, like $10, $11, whatever it is on Amazon. Go get one now, and especially if you like American Civil War, or even if you just don't. if you just like games, $10, man, you can't hardly go wrong with it. I don't have a problem with the decision games, mini games. The only problem I have, after you play a few of them, and I don't think I've played any of them, Musket and Saber, but after you've played a few of them, they can be kind of samey. That's my biggest in one system. They can become samey. That's my biggest gripe. But other than that, I mean, they've had some decent games I've got out of that. There was that they had that Vietnam game, which was it wasn't. Wait, what was that? I don't know. It's one that Centurion's Review has covered it a bunch too. It's a great game. Gosh, I can't remember. I got it somewhere. I did. I played that one in the ground. I played it until the map started ripping apart. And then it was Suez 56, which was an okay game. It was in that same series, but it was okay. So that they've had really decent games come out of this. I liked the other one with the World War I game, the Lawrence of Arabia game that they had as a mini game, solo game. I enjoyed that immensely. So I enjoy these games, and it's just something you can pick up, see if you like or not. And it's nothing expensive. You're not going to go overboard with it, and that's that's my problem with a lot of decision games. They're big box games. They're a little too pricey for me, right? They are. They just cost a lot. So I usually pass on those, but I always pick up these. So they're diversified enough to even get a old fart and a guy like me who's just going to a cheap old boy like me going to get one. So pick it up. Y'all have a great day. Stay warm. I hope it ain't raining on you. It could be worse. I guess it's probably snowing somewhere in this country today, right? Boy, y'all have a great day. Be careful. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.